figured I'd get this on tape here, or video, or whatever. So I've got a 200t here that I'm dismantling this chassis here. And I've got my seal remover that I've ground just out of a old screwdriver. Get it under here and pull up. But you don't want to jab it, because otherwise you're gonna scratch the side of the case. That you do want to do. You do want to actually break the seal. That's okay, because the seal will break. It's plastic. Cool. That pops right out. That's kind of shot. Gonna heat this up. Trusty torch. Somewhere's about 250. We want it about 250 Fahrenheit. Stick the socket on there. Bam. Good. Now we'll clean this off, clean off the other half, and be ready to install the new bearings. And we're going to have a go on the aftermarket seals too. So before I put the new bearings and seals in here, I was looking at something. The case that I have here, I think, is from a ms200t. So the gasket is a bit different than the top of the base, the cylinder base there. So I've got a Sharpie. What I'm going to do is, real rough here, but this way I can contour the case here so that it will better flow into the cylinder. Got an old case and an updated cylinder. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Dremel tool and work on that a little bit, which is obviously very easy to do. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to use probably a Coke can gasket with some goop and put this together that way. But that's not the point of the video, and I don't know that this is a good idea or bad, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then the point of the video here is going to be putting in the aftermarket seals and how easy or difficult that will be. So I'm going to continue on with this video on seals and rebuilding the 200t stuff, but I wanted to show everybody this cool shirt. Everybody like it? It's cool. I came, I saw it, I conquered. Pretty sweet hoodie. Just got it from opewear.com. Check it out. Okay, let's get back to doing what I'm doing. So in the previous videos, you guys have seen me put in seals on these 200Ts, and I was really struggling with the OEM seals. And I've got some issues with the OEM seals, and I know that there's an argument. That's fine. Let's go with that argument. That's fine. But let's look at this nice and close, okay? So let's give the aftermarket stuff a fair shake. Maybe it deserves it, maybe it doesn't. So here's a case half I just worked on. That one's too hot for me to touch right now, but here's a case half I just worked on. Just put a new bearing in it. These bearings are cross performance bearings from HL Supply. They look pretty good. So I'm going to try that. Before I try to put a aftermarket seal in. I'm going to put some Loctite on here. Just put a little bit of Loctite around the edge. Don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I'm going to do this anyway. Now, before, the issue that I had was when I tried to tap these in, or when I tried to tap the OEM seals in with a deep socket, I broke the OEM seals. So let's see how difficult this is. So nothing special here. Hammer. I haven't done this, so I don't know what to expect. I've used aftermarket seals on other machines, just not a 200. I haven't busted it yet. Looks like it's going in. Not too confident in this deep socket though. 14 millimeters. Let's try this. Too big, too big. 13 millimeter. That looks better. Now that's my first try ever at putting one of these seals in this unit here, in the 200Ts. Very similar seals on Husky 262 and plenty of other models. But that looks pretty straightforward. And I didn't break it. That's seated. It's seated all the way. So far, I like these a lot better than the OEMs. The likelihood you're going to break something like that is going to be pretty low, which is nice. Let's move along here and see if lightning strikes twice. Same deal. Seal is here. By the way, just in case anybody's wondering, $80 degrees. No, I didn't heat this up. Well, this is heated up for the bearings, but it's not hot specifically. That looks like it's fully seated to me. No special tools required. 2 for 2. Didn't mess either of these up. They look nice. So I'm just going to put the rest of this case together and assemble the saw. I'm going to do one more of these so you guys can see, and it's going to be on the real world saw, which is this guy, and that's got a leaky seal. So let's get to that. So I just got the crank in. Now I just press the crank right in and it pops through. However, as it's coming through, the lip on this side of the crank, I don't know why they made it such a harsh lip. It's a pretty good shoulder. Anyway, it wants to sometimes invert the seal. So you need to take a very small, clean, fine screwdriver. And as this is coming through, you gently work it around. You don't want to puncture the seal, but as it's coming through, where it wants to pucker, just kind of tuck it back and the whole thing will come right through pretty easily. So far that looks pretty good. Now the other side here, I don't think I'm going to have as much of an issue with because this does not have a lip. This is all tapered. So I don't think that I'll have an issue with the seal wanting to invert. So let's see how things go here real world with this saw that had the leak here. Remember this one? So I got to take the oiler off. Two screws came off. Now the oiler itself. Yuck. A lot of goop in here. I don't know what in the world is going on. So let's take that seal out. Let's see if I can get it out. Up against the crank here. Like so many before it, this is going to come out in pieces. By the way, there is an actual seal remover tool that exists. So I just pulled the seal out, and now we've got this. That side-to-side play in the shaft. Up and down I don't think is as big of a deal. It's the side-to-side that's no good. And that's probably what killed that seal. Probably the bearings went, then the seal went. That's just a guess, but here's this one that I just installed. Brand new bearings. No play. The bearings are shot. So more bad news for this saw. It just means that I just got to rebuild the thing. I'm going to tear the whole thing down, pop those bearings out, put brand new in. Off and running.